Welcome to the first bizcom for 2014 here at Atascocita High School. For those of you that, most of you know me, but for those of you that don't know me, I never introduced myself at these things, and I was told the other day I need to start telling people who I am because I just assume everybody knows me. But I'm Robert Sitton. I have an Edward Jones office here in Atascocita. I'm also I was elected to the Board of Trustees for Humble ISD back in 2011, and fortunately was reelected last year and don't have to do that again for a while. I'm also on the board of Kingwood Medical Center, and I'm on the board and executive council for the Lake Houston Chamber. In my spare time, I'm also a dad with 2 kids in the Humble ISD school district. So, little brief background on the bizcoms for those of you how many of you it's your first time at a bizcom? Fantastic. That's the idea. You know, and what we do, these were developed several years ago out at Summer Creek High School when it first opened to bring a sense of community pride back to the campuses. And so it's good to see a lot of the feeder schools for Atascocita High School here today. Thank y'all for being here, and throughout the year y'all have an opportunity to speak too. So we really want all the feeders to feel comfortable and feel at home here at Atascocita High School as well. So it's a sense of community, sense of pride, bringing the business community, the taxpaying community, and the school community together as one. When you have those three come together, you create a synergy that excitement happens, learning happens, and community pride happens. So without further ado, I want to bring in I'm going to get it wrong if I don't look at it, the Atascocita High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC. Did I say that right? All right, perfect. They're going to present the colors. And if I could have Dr. Bruce Guillory come up, and he's going to lead us with the pledges when they bring them in.
Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing now for the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. And if you'll remain standing, we'll have a brief prayer. Father God, we thank you for this day and the opportunity to gather together in this community of ours. And we pray your blessings upon our time together, and we pray your blessings upon the businesses and organizations represented here today at our bizcom meeting. Bless this food. Allow it to nourish us so that we may better do your will. We pray this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Bruce. Okay, if you can see the agenda, we're power-packed. I want to thank Artistic Stitches for being our presenting sponsor. Is anyone here from Artistic Stitches today? I think they're coming, so if they get here in the middle of the program, we'll have them speak at the end. Our lunch sponsor, HEB of Atascocita. Thank you all for partnering with us. If you didn't see, they have a beautiful cake up here, which really exemplifies what we're trying to do and that sense of community and that community partnership. So they will cut that at the end, and you can get a piece at the end of the program. Before we get to the speakers, would my advisory committee stand up, please? These are the folks that helped put this. Stand up, Lori. These are the folks that helped put this thing together. So thank you all very much for your time and volunteerism. All right, without further ado, We're going to start the program like normal with Mr. Bill Daniels, the principal at Atascocita High School, the hardest working man in Humble ISD. Not really, but he's here, so.
Good morning. Ooh, I'll project. Good morning. This is a campus of around 3,100 students, a staff of 250. This morning we started with testing, for mock testing. At the same time we had Shattered Dreams, which we had the life flight here, we had emergency vehicles, and now we have bizcom, and that is a typical day. But as I said, schools are not about principals or about staff, they are about students. And our students have had great success this year, and what I did is I grabbed some, and they are very nervous. They're over there, and they have performed in front of thousands and thousands of people. Some of them have gone through national level competitions, but they are nervous to come up here and speak. And that's part of the greatest thing about my job is I can make students nervous at a moment's notice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce them, and there comes Crystal in. Have a seat, Crystal. I'm going to introduce them and have them come up here, and they are representing about 7 of the organizations on campus, different groups. If they had wanted me to have 50 up here, I could have gotten 50. If you want to come up here and talk to 100 students, I'll have the 100 organizations send you out. That means they're at lunch. And if you want to do lunch duty, there's about 1,000 kids in each lunch. It's amazing. So I'm going to introduce these students and have them come up here and let them speak very, very briefly about the success they've had in their organization and the success they continue to have. So as I call your name, stand up. And do y'all want to come up here as a group, or would you prefer to sit back there and group? Okay. Okay, so come up here one at a time. No, not really. No. All right. Representing ROTC is Crystal Cardenas. So stand up and just come up here, Crystal. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you what they represent. I'm going to let them tell you. I don't want to steal their thunder. Kristen Moreno, Rachel Phipps, Devin Sitton, the last name is Sitton, Greg Campbell, Joanne Schroeder, and Joe Burton. Who wants to go first? Okay, I'll go down the line. Here you go, Joe.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Burton. I represent the basketball team at Atascocita. And some of our achievements this year, we made it all the way to the regional finals in Waco, Texas. Unfortunately, we lost to the game before Florida State. But it was a real blessing being able to play in Waco. And some more of our achievements this year, 2 of our players ended up making first team all district in our district this year, and 2 people ended up making second team all district. And I was fortunate enough to be able to be the district MVP of the district for basketball. And more of our achievements, we're just a great team, and we pretty much, childish just like any other teenage kids. And it was a real blessing being able to play for this team, and I'm really going to miss it. And I'm a senior, so. Oh, I'll be attending Oklahoma State University.
My hands are so sweaty right now. I'm so nervous. Okay, my name's Joanne Schroeder. I play for the softball team here at Atascocita, and I'm a senior. Some of our achievements, we don't really have any yet because we just started, but we're hoping that we're going to reach the state and stuff. We're number 1 in state right now, and but we're really we're all really a close family here. Like, the school has blessed us so much, and we have a great coach, and we're just hoping for a great season. So, yes, I have a scholarship to Hill College in Dallas.
Okay. Hi, I'm Greg Campbell, and I'm representing. I'm sorry. I'm representing the Tennessee football team, and this year I had played quarterback. I'm sorry. Okay, so this year I played quarterback, and some of the things we did this year. Mostly, some of you guys may know, but we have a second-year coach here. Like Mr. James is a second-year principal here. And Coach Stump came in and really changed our program for the better. Like drastic 360. Like 2 years ago, we weren't even a contender for the playoffs, and this year we missed the playoffs for the second round. A lot of our team, majority of our team is on the all-district team. I was fortunate enough to be the district MVP for 5A. I'll be attending the University of Texas at San Antonio, and yeah, I mean, I think back there. Yeah, okay, but no, but we just really enjoyed this year. I mean, we were really blessed, and I hope teams after us can mimic some of the things we do.
Hi.
Yes, sir. I was the co-offensive player of the year for Houston, and I made the Region 2 elite team. I don't really like talking about myself. But yeah. Yes, sir. I was one of the finalists for Houston Player of the Year in Vibe magazine, and unfortunately I didn't get it. I was right there, a couple votes away, I think.
Hi, I'm Devin Fitton. I'm president of the Pasadena Girls team here at Pasadena. And I was also an officer my junior year. I've been a member ever since my freshman year. And this year we had a new director, Ms. Carly Gabris, and she's done a great job with us this year. We start off with football season, we do our halftime performances, we learn 3 dances, and we do them throughout the season. And then we go into our contest season, and we learn 3 dances, and we compete 3 contest weekends, as well as our officers who compete with 3 routines as well. And this year we won every contest, and at our last contest we got the highest scoring routine of the night from all the dances. We got the highest scoring routine in our officer contemporary. And this week is our tryout for the team, and that will be tomorrow night, so we'll have a routine tomorrow night. And Saturday, we have our officer tryouts, and for officer tryouts, they make huge tri boards, they make a bunch of products that are absolutely beautiful, they put all their hard work and effort into it, and they'll have time to see competitors and see if they're really hard on it. And we have lots of parties. Our social officers, we plan those. I'm the social officer, so I'm in charge of planning the parties, getting the team motivated and whatnot. We have Christmas parties, school parties, walk-ins. We have pretty much every party for every holiday that you can imagine. Yes, we went to LA and we danced to the Edge, and we went to Disney World. We went to Universal Studios. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Miss Sweeney did a great job with us this year. She definitely changed the team. She's taking us in a good direction. Of course. Hi, I'm Rachel Cook. I'm one of the captains of our cheer team. Not only do we cheer for our football boys, our basketball boys, and volleyball, we compete at 3 competitions. We go to regional, state, and national. Regionals is our qualifying competition, and we won regional, so we got a bid to national. And that was in November. Then in January we went to state, and we actually got first in our division. With our highest score, we got an 89.6, which is like the highest score that we've ever gotten in like school history. And we also got the high point, so we beat out 50 other teams at the competition. So, and then we went to nationals in February, and we were 5th in the nation, which is the best that I've ever been, and I've done it for 15 years, so that's that. Yeah, our coach Marches, she's probably one of like the best coaches I've ever had. So I have to thank her for everything that she's made me become and everything. So yeah, that's it. I'm Kristen, and I represent the band. I play flute, but I'm also drum major this year. And last year I was on flatline. Some of our achievements, since my freshman year, we have made sweepstakes all 3 years, or 2 years. We're working on sweepstakes this year. So you are all having fun that yet. Yes. With sweepstakes, we have already got 3. You have to get straight 1, so that's 3 1s, or a majority of 1s, so 2 1s and 1 2. And that would give you a 1 rating. And we got it so far for marching this year. We also do a competition, NAMBY, which stands for National Association of Military Marching Band. And we have won first place over Kingwood for 2 years. Lufkin for 1 year, and then our freshman year we were the only 5A competing. It's a really small competition. Last year we went to Disney and got to march on in one of their parades. And we didn't really work with the local students. That's it. Good morning. I'm Cadet First Sergeant Crystal Cardenas, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program. The mission of ROTC is to instill leadership skills into today's youth, and this mission has proved great success because my ROTC program in this school has achieved the title of Naval Honors. And pretty much in a nutshell, out of 5 states, it's pretty much saying that we're one of the best units. And this is achieved through the program because the program gives us the willpower and the motivation to better ourselves and seek self-improvement every day, which is our most important leadership principle. This program has definitely transformed me as a student and just as a citizen of this country. It has made me the leader who I am today. This is my 2nd year in this program, and what can I say? I was nowhere near being a leader last year. I was very quiet, very scared to speak in front of crowds, but I wouldn't have accepted to speak in front of you all today without this program, and it has definitely given me the leadership skills that I will be able to utilize in my future and my future career wherever I go. My plans are undecided right now, but that's pretty much it.
I'm going to talk about one more student because I did not have the orchestra here. Sarah Martz, there is one scholarship given by the Texas Music Educators Association, one large scholarship every year, and there are a number of people that apply. This year there were over 180 applicants for that, and Sarah Martz here won over the entire state. She got the scholarship for that. They are currently in Kentucky. The orchestra is in Kentucky playing, But Sarah was all-state in orchestra and all-state in choir. But what I want to say about these students, and I did not prep them. In fact, they really, until they got here, were, well, I'm not going to talk about y'all except behind your back a little bit. They don't just play basketball or play football. They must be students. They take a full load. They have to stay eligible. Greg, you were academic all district, weren't you? And so we maintain that being a part of something besides being a part of something bigger than yourself, they don't like to talk about themselves because they are part of something bigger than themselves, and that's what makes them the people they are. And I just want to thank you for listening to them, and thank you, students. Okay? That's pretty much what you wanted. That's awesome. Awesome. I appreciate it.
I tell you, if you don't get excited about the things that are going on in Humble ISD after you hear stuff like that, that's why I do what I do. We're blessed with great administrators at all levels, great students, and a lot of it. It's not just centered around athletics and extracurriculars, but student achievement in the classroom as well. That was awesome. Let's give them another round of applause. Okay, scheduling change. Heath Rushing is not going to be here today. They had a conflict at the hospital he had to take care of, so we're going to be able to get everybody in where everybody's looking at your watch. We're going to be good. We're going to be in good shape. Next on the list, because he has to leave fairly quick, will be Mr. Steve Timms, the President and CEO of the Houston Golf Association and the Tournament Director for the Shell Houston Open right here in our backyard. Steve?
Thank you. Good morning, and it's great being with you. It's showtime again here in about a month. The Shell Houston Open will be here in first week in April. Golf Club of Houston, just recently renamed. I'm going to talk about the Shell Houston Open, obviously, but I want to tell you a little bit about the Houston Golf Association, and it's a perfect segue following the outstanding students. The HGA really is about kids and about investing in our community's youth through the game of golf, but through a number of programs, academic scholarships, our First Tee chapter, our junior golf program, and the economic engine of all that is the Shell Houston Open. We're a volunteer organization. I'm fortunate enough to get to lead a paid staff, of all those activities, but we're primarily driven by volunteerism. And we start our meetings out we meet monthly with our volunteers and our HGA members, and we kind of start our meetings out with a little saying. And to give you the background of that, there's in Africa, there's a number of tribes that whenever they're passing one another on a roadway as they're walking, their greeting is not "how are you," it's "how are the children?" And the response is "the children are well." That's their traditional greeting. And it's pretty clear that the children are well when you see those kids that are up here talking in front of you, and their outstanding principal and the great things that they're doing with their lives. But we ask each other that every time we get together. What are we doing for the children? And we're investing in their futures. We're investing in a lot of these kids at a very early age. We are in 241 elementary schools with a kindergarten through fifth grade PE class, character education curriculum that's around the game of golf. It's called the First Tee National School Program. We provide equipment kits. We provide the curriculum, and the teachers are delivering those lessons. We're in all of the Humble ISD elementary schools. It's a very rewarding program, not only for us but for these kids. We're the largest chapter of the First Tee of a worldwide network of 200 chapters. It's about 115,000 kids in the school program alone this school year that will have the opportunity to be exposed to this life skills curriculum and these 9 core values of the First Tee. So that's really what we're about. Shell Houston Open drives all of that economically. You're all business people, so I'm here to tell you a few things about really what the Shell Houston Open does for the local business community. And for for this Lake Houston, Humble area. And really, I think what demonstrates that is, we spend a lot of time on economic development in areas like this in the greater Houston area and attracting events to showcase a community. And I always ask groups like this, if you had an opportunity to attract an annual event that would come to your community, that would generate between $25 and $30 million of economic impact to the local area for over about a 6-day period of time. And it would be broadcast on national and international television, broadcast in 200 countries worldwide. And the opening of the broadcast would be live from Humble, Texas, the Shell Houston Open. We would have committees formed. We would have, tremendous amount of resources that would be put behind attracting that event to the area. And what I'm here to tell you is you have that event now. It happens every year. It's called the Shell Houston Open. And that's why it's important to have the volunteer support, the business support of the local community behind the event, because it is showcasing this wonderful area where we work and live and play. So, we encourage you to think about that whenever you see some of our ads and all that about the Shell Houston Open. Most importantly, we are making a difference in a lot of kids' lives through this great event, through the great game of golf. And it's just it's great that we're able to do it annually at a beautiful place like the newly named Golf Club of Houston, formerly Redstone Golf Club. So we appreciate you having us here, or having me here today. We appreciate your support of the Shell Houston Open and Houston Golf Association. We're a proud part of this community. We know we've got a lot of work to do and a lot of kids' lives to impact. Happy to answer any questions. I just got the 3-minute mark back there, so I'm within my allotted time. If you have any questions about anything we do in the community or Shell Houston Open, I'll be happy to answer them. I can't tell you if Tiger Woods is going to play. That's usually my first question, I guess. Yes, sir. Well, as businesses, supporting the tournament in some way, obviously is the first thing. We're going to work a little bit more closely with the chamber as far as just communicating opportunities, communicating some things, some activities we have during the tournament. One other thing I forgot to mention, we're going to work with web.com this year on a small business summit on Tuesday, April 1st during the tournament. We'll be getting some promotional materials out on that. It's going to be basically free. Web.com has done them in a number of markets. We'll have a couple of guest speakers, and we'll be just bringing the business community together. So really helping us communicate, the opportunities. And not only just during Shell Houston Open time, but other times of the year. We have an unbelievable partnership with the school district, with Dr. Stranzo and his team at the elementary school level. And, we're going to continue that, and we're very, very focused on making that kind of impact. Yeah, we're in the top tier. We've raised just under $60 million for local charities and youth programs, really primarily since Shell became a title sponsor in 1991 and 92. We've shifted a little bit of our focus from just charitable contributions to how we can expand our youth program. So that's where a significant amount of our net proceeds are being invested. Several $1 million a year. The numbers of the kids that we're impacting is pretty phenomenal. So yeah, we're up in the upper tier and we plan to stay there. Okay. Look forward to having you out to the Shell Houston Open. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you so much. Don, to piggyback on your question, Steve and I have talked, and and my subcommittee with the chamber board, we're going to be working closely with them, developing a stronger partnership moving forward, disseminating information, and I'm glad you brought up the web.com small business deal. As soon as we get that information, then we'll get that out to everybody. Okay? All right. So our next speaker. Now, if you're as confused as I am about who your county commissioner is with all the rezoning and redistricting and who your county constable is and all that stuff because they don't match up, I've got someone here that can answer any and all questions, especially about traffic in Atascocita. Oh, I teed him up on that one, didn't I? Our new commissioner here in Atascocita is Commissioner Jack Mormon, and let me say a few things about him. He was sworn in as Precinct 2 Commissioner on January 1 of 2011. A Deer Park native, Commissioner Mormon represents 1 million residents in the east and northeast side of Harris County. He also serves as a Harris County representative on the HGAC Board of Directors. Commissioner Mormon leads Precinct 2's operations, which include over 380 employees, operating 49 parks, 10 community centers, over 1,250 miles of county roads, the Lynchburg Ferry, and the Washburn Tunnel. Commissioner Mormon's top priority is promoting economic growth in East Harris County by improving the infrastructure in Precinct 2 and developing a business-friendly environment throughout county government. He's a graduate of Baylor University and the Baylor University Law School and had a private law practice before winning the commissioner's job in November 2010. Commissioner Mormon and his wife, Andy, graduated from Deer Park High School. They have 2 young children, daughter Jordan and son Trey. And without further ado, Commissioner Jack Mormon.
Robert, I appreciate that. Thank you, Robert, for the introduction. Principal Daniels, if you're still here, I got to tell you that I'm a nervous public speaker as well, and your students, I thought, did fantastic. You couldn't have paid me enough when I was in high school to get up here and even say 5 words about myself in front of a group of 10, much less 50. So kudos to you and your students. I think they must be doing a great job. Okay, so as we stand here right now, we are in Harris County Commissioners Precinct 2. It gets confusing because, as Robert said, there are constable precincts, commissioners precincts, constable precincts. Your constable did not change. His lines did not move. So whoever your constable was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, last year, is still your constable. But you guys here in Atascocita have had quite a bit of disruption and change because you've had Commissioner Eversole, then Commissioner Cagle, and now if you live right here, you have me. If you live down the road, you might have Commissioner Lee in Precinct 1. If you live down the road that way, you might have Commissioner Cagle in Precinct 4. But as we sit right here, you're in Harris County Commissioners Precinct 2. And I don't want to spend all the time on the whys and wherefores, but just the 10-second overview is every 10 years, we're forced to redistrict based on the census. Census happens every 10 years. The census last happened in 2010, came out in 2011. It revealed that there was a wide population disparity between Precinct 2, my precinct, and Precinct 4, Commissioner Cagle's precinct. He had to lose about 100,000 residents. I had to gain at least that much. We got together, looked at the maps, and said, okay, well, the northeast part of Harris County is really where this makes the most sense to make that exchange happen. So we did that in mid-2011. There was a lawsuit, a lot of back and forth. Finally, at the near the end of last year, the lines were finalized. So if you live in pretty much anywhere in Atascocita or East Harris County, whether it's northeast or southeast, you're now in Harris County Commissioners Precinct 2, my precinct. Which I'm thrilled to say. I'm thrilled to say that, by the way, because the more I get to know Atascocita and Crosby and Houghton and all the areas in northeast Harris County, the better I like it. I'm from Deer Park, as you heard, and I just got to say that this is the most beautiful part of Harris County with all the trees, the lakes, the rivers, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm used to smokestacks and refineries and things of that nature, so to get out into what I consider nature is pretty cool to me. But we do have a lot of great programs going on, projects and programs going on that we hope will really impact the lives of people right here in this community now that you're in Precinct 2. We've got a great senior program. We've got a great veterans program. We've got a great after-school program for our kids. So lots of good social programs. I know I was teed up about some traffic issues, and we can talk about that. And I'll probably get to rely heavily on my senior director of road and bridge, capital improvement, infrastructure. Basically, you name it, if it's important for you to get around. He's in charge of it, and that's Jeremy Phillips. Jeremy, give him a little hey, hey, hey. So for any of the hardball questions, I'm going to throw the mic at Jeremy and let him talk to you about them. But some of the great programs that we've got in Precinct 2 that we're bringing to the area, one is appropriate that we're here, is called Safer Streets to Schools, where we're really focusing on the commute to and from your schools. So we're going to every single ISD within Precinct 2 and saying, what do you see as your biggest needs, your biggest wants? What are your biggest issues for your bus drivers, for your parents, for your students, to get home and to and from home and school, safely, conveniently, efficiently? And we're trying to do as much as we can. We're talking about things like queuing lanes for moms and dads picking up their kids, or buses, to turning lanes, to traffic light improvements, crosswalks, sidewalks, you name it. If it'll make your commute to and from a school better, we're trying to do that. And so we're in the process of doing that right now with this ISD along with all the other ISDs in the precinct. So hopefully that'll make a real good impact on all of our lives, whether or not you have a kid and you send them to school or not, because we all drive by schools, we all go through school zones every single day. Certainly we're not going to have enough capital resources to be everything to everyone and make all the improvements that every single ISD wants, but we're going to have enough to get a good start going, and over time, I think we'll make some really, really meaningful improvements for everybody's commute in and around schools. We've got a lot of pretty good projects going on to ease traffic congestion throughout the area, and this mainly has to do with signage improvements, signalization improvements to make your drive a little more efficient. We're talking about Ridge Creek Elementary, Atascocita Springs Elementary, some intersections along Will Clayton. I think probably me just driving it periodically, you guys driving it almost every single day. The biggest question and topic you're going to have for me is FM 1960, or at least one of the biggest. That's sort of a difficult topic in that we've got a lot of different competing agencies, if you will, all trying to work together and all needing to work together to make any meaningful improvements. 1960 is a state of Texas road. It's managed and improved by TxDOT. But most of the cross streets on 1960 are either, I'll try to speed up, are either Precinct 2 roads, Precinct 3 roads, not Precinct 4 roads, or Precinct 1 roads. So you've got three different county organizations having to work with a state organization to really get anything done. So we're already working with TxDOT on signalization improvements up and down 1960. So certainly these are more incremental improvements that we hope make your drive a little bit better. Certainly not the long-term fix or solution. For that, we're going to have to add capacity. We're going to have to try to add some more lane miles, and we'll have to work with TxDOT and with my fellow county commissioners to make that happen. But we're starting that process right now anyway. We've got a lot of great big projects going on all throughout Precinct 2, but I've got only a couple of minutes left, so I want to shut it down right now just to let me say that I am thrilled that this is Precinct 2. I'm thrilled that I get to be the commissioner for Northeast Harris County. I have to say I'm sorry you're stuck with me for another 5 years. I'm up for election this November. I don't have an opponent, so for better or for worse, you've got me for 5 years. But at least you'll have some stability. You've gone through 3 commissioners now in about 2 years. You'll have stability, and like I said, for better or for worse, you've got me. So any questions about anything under the sun, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be on anything I just talked about or touched on, any county issue at all. You can ask it. Let me jump in if I'm wrong, but that would almost certainly be strictly a Precinct 1 operation there. because that's in his precinct. So it's either a text dot improvement or a precinct 1 specific improvement. And first, let me brief answer for the other one first. For the major projects that cover multiple precincts, yes, we do. We all work together on those type of projects. Where it's an insular project within, or just my precinct or just my other precinct, then I wouldn't necessarily work with anybody outside precinct 2. But like I said, things that stretch multiple precincts within the county, yes, we would all work together. Jeremy, you want to answer? You want to take that second one?
We'll be here for the whole meeting.
Perfect. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you very much. Sam, are you going to need to leave pretty quick? All right, well, come on up. Sam Schrade is going to talk about, I believe, the Business Expo. Is that right?
I want to invite everybody to our Business Expo Tuesday, March 25th, 2 weeks from now, okay? Ish. I think all of our booths sold out, so tough luck for you there if you wanted to get a booth. But it's going to be exciting. What we're going to do is we're going to combine our luncheon this month with the expo. So you can kill two birds with one stone. Go to the Civic Center, check out the booths, make some new connections, go to the lunch as well, and then come back afterwards. We have a great person participating with us, Jim Blasingame, who is Mr. Small Business. I don't know if you've seen him. I watched a pretty interesting thing with him on Fox News the other day. Pretty powerful. He's got a new book out as well. So he's going to be our speaker at the luncheon at noon. So please make your reservations. It's going to fill up. Everything's happening at the Civic Center, okay? Civic Center. Where's it going to be? The Civic Center. There you go. So March 25th, Tuesday, 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's a full day. Two really cool things. One, if you register right now, you're going to get to register and get an extra drawing for our business grant. Is that correct? Our business grant is going to be awarded to one business, and it's going to be jam-packed full of all kinds of cool stuff for marketing, advertising, legal, all kinds of stuff. And it's going to be given to this person to use. And so if you register online right now, you'll actually get two chances to win that. We're also giving away cash, and then we also have, what's our other thing that we're giving away, Trish? Small business analysis. That's right. 5 businesses that are within the chamber can apply to get a small business analysis with Jim Blasingame on the day of the event. So he's going to sit down and spend about 15 minutes with each one of these businesses, worth millions of dollars worth of consulting, give or take a couple million. Okay? So, but you don't want to miss out on that. You can register for that as well. LakeHoustonBusinessExpo.com. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fun-filled day. If you know some people that might be interested in attending something like that, bring them with you. Don't just come by yourself. Bring a couple people with you. Check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right? Thanks.
Thanks, Sam. Next, Jenna Armstrong is going to talk about our Leadership Lake Houston program, I believe.
Program. Oh, thank you. I'm not used to speaking. I'm usually behind the scenes. So, how many of you guys have heard about Leadership Lake Houston or are familiar with the program? So we've got several people. Great. One of the things that we do with this program is we groom emerging leaders. We call them emerging leaders, people that want to take on more of a leadership role in the community. So our whole focus of this is to grow leaders for our community. We like to use them in the chamber. We also like to plug them in with different nonprofits in the area. Dr. Sconzo calls me a couple of times a year and asks me for my leadership lists, and he taps them to serve on different community committees for the school district. So what is Leadership Lake Houston? It's a community leadership program, and what we do is educate, develop, and enhance existing and emerging leaders. You'll see pictures of people that have gone through the leadership class. These are not actors. These are actual community members that have gone through Leadership Lake Houston. So why are leadership programs important? We feel that we need to empower as many people in the community as possible to help get things done. The Lake Houston area is so large and so diverse, with different communities that are in different stages of their community cycle, from the city of Humble with their history, with Kingwood, Summer Creek area that's now emerging and trying to create their identity for themselves. So there's a lot to know about this area. So it's important to teach our emerging leaders how all of these communities work together. So that's why we feel it's important. We want to develop that sense of community pride. We want people to be proud so that when they go to other cities and other places and they ask, where are you from? they can then have a sense of pride and talk intelligently about our area. Also, the whole purpose of this is to create a pool of new leaders. We found that we ask the same people to do things for everything, all of our nonprofits in the area. And we need to stop burning our leaders out and create new opportunities and new leaders to take those leadership roles. So how does the program work? What we do is we have an application process. We are about to launch our application process right now. You can nominate someone or you can nominate yourself. We accept about 20 people into the program. There's an opening retreat, and we have sessions that are held one day a month from October to May. The class will also complete a project within the community that benefits the Lake Houston area, and then they have a great big graduation celebration in May. So the session topics, we cover every facet of the community, from quality of life and area history, government, justice, public safety. How many people understand how the constables work with the sheriff, with the city of Houston police officers, and with the city of Humble police officers in the area, and who you're supposed to call? Well, Commissioner Mormon, put your hand down. Who you're supposed to call if something happens when you live in Atascocita or if you live on the water's edge in Atascocita or Kingwood. Those are confusing questions. So we tackle those as well. Healthcare, social services, education, of course. What are the expenses? We do have a tuition of $795. This covers a 2-day overnight retreat, all your lunches, meals, your program materials. We don't make any money off of this program. What we do if we have money left over at the end of the year is we create scholarships for the next year so people can apply for it. So we're not trying to get rich off of this. We're really trying to put that back into the program and help more people be able to go through. And who coordinates the program? We have several people that coordinate. We have a steering committee that oversees it. Tom Broad with Memorial Herman Northeast is one of our founding members of the program and is on the steering committee. Dr. Sconzo was one of the founding members. He helped design the program and get it together. Nancy Shortsleeve, Devin Alexander, Corinne Price. Who am I leaving on? We've got program chairs that travel with the class every single day, Corinne Price and Jerry Martin. And then we have 2 people from the community that actually schedule the day. So they plan the day. We have our CEOs of the hospital have been our day chairs for Healthcare Day. We've had school board members that have coordinated Education Day. So we get the best of the best to help create the best days so that you learn the most that you can and get the most out of your day. Okay, the timeline, the application process will begin in April, and the deadline's June 3rd. We'll notify you by June 24th if you're accepted, and then we get rolling in August. And so if you're interested, or if you know somebody that is interested, have them contact me. I have got some nomination forms right here. Feel free to nominate yourself if you want to, or talk to me after this, and I'll get you some more information. That's it.
I'm going to plug that real quick. My wife, a lot of you know her. She's really active in the community. She was in leadership at Lake Houston last year, and the growth that I saw from her in that 1 year, and the excitement that she brought away from it, wanting to get more and more involved outside of PTA and outside of the Education Foundation and so forth. I mean, it's a fantastic program. So any of you interested, please fill one out. It's a great program. Okay, I'm going to kind of end the day similar to the way we started, talking about Humble ISD and talking about our schools and so forth. Can we have all of our administrators stand up that are here? Building principals, central administration. Folks, these are the people that make things happen on a daily basis in Humble ISD. And I'm going to say this, without strong schools, communities will fail. Strong schools, strong churches, communities will fail. It's that simple. Give these folks a round of applause because they're in the trenches every day. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. The Education Foundation, they're having their annual gala on April the 4th. My wife is the chair of that event, and they do just a tremendous amount of work. All the proceeds that the foundation brings in goes back to the classroom in the way of grants. Matter of fact, I think all the grant applications will due pretty soon. And so the teachers actually write grants. They turn them in. It's a blind read, and then that money is, after they do all their voting and stuff, that money goes back into the classroom, immediate impact. The Humble ISD Education Foundation is one of the largest foundations in the state of Texas, maybe even in the country, for a public school system. They raise over $1 million a year that go right back into the classroom, and they have an endowment program that you can donate legacy gifts to, and that endowment is worth over $1 million right now as well. So the idea is to grow that, spin off a portion of the proceeds from that every year for more teacher grants to add to what they're doing already. So a couple other things real quick, and I'll wrap up. I made some notes here. I normally don't do that. I normally wing it, and I forget stuff. So a parent survey on the website. We're really, as school board members, focused on wanting to know what your opinion is of your child's school and of the school district. So you can go to the district website, humbleisd.net, go to your school's website. There's a link to a parent survey. Please take some time to fill it out. In my office, if there's a complaint and a client doesn't tell us about it, then we never know it's there. And so I would rather hear it from you than hear it from somebody on the street. Okay? So we can get it corrected. So please go in and fill out that parent survey. It's very important. Mr. Ken Buck, the principal at TMS, Timberwood Middle School, was supposed to be here today, had a death in the family and had to leave to go out of town. They were just named, and this is a pretty big honor, an avid demonstration school. So they'll have folks coming in and observing the great things that they're doing with the AVID program. The AVID program, and I'm not going to look at my notes. I'm going to try to remember this. My son's in the program at AMS, and it's designed to take those kids that are really close. You know, they have the vision. They want to get to college. They want to do these things, but yeah, they're rough around the edges. You know, and AVID helps them bring it all in and get them really focused, laser focused, moving into those advanced placement courses and so forth. So the AVID program is throughout our school district. If your school doesn't have one, ask them why. Ask Dr. Price why. He's the one that they answer to. But it's a great program. The TMS AVID Demonstration School. Tassia Middle School is celebrating their 30th year this year. Willow Creek Elementary, is celebrating their 25th year. I know there's a couple more, but those were the ones I just saw. Kingwood High School, a couple things over there. Their German club just won the state title. Their cross-examination debate team is a state finalist. So you saw a lot of athletes here, and you saw some of the other extracurriculars. We're top notch in everything, folks, I'm telling you. Also on the website, the FAST report is in from the State Comptroller's Office. We're pleased to announce that once again, we're a recognized school district. We're a low revenue district, low spending district with high achievement. 4.5 out of 5 stars. So we're very proud of that. And lastly, we just announced our Teachers of the Year. And I'll just give you the 10 finalists. The 10 finalists for Teacher of the Year for Humble ISD, Bear Branch Elementary, Christina Spears, Elm Grove Elementary, Tracy Ferris, Maplebrook Elementary, Lisa Ginn, North Belt Elementary, Grace Laura, Ridge Creek Elementary, Chad Nessick, Shadow Forest Elementary, Debbie Hunt, Humble Middle School, Jamerica Howard, Kingwood Middle, John Barron, Humble High School, Charlie Duke, Career and Technology.